Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddham saranam gacchami. Dhammam saranam gacchami. Sangham saranam gacchami. Tutiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Panatipata veramani Sikapadam samadhiyami. Adinadana veramani Sikapadam samadhiyami. Kame sumichachara veramani Sikapadam samadhiyami. Musavada veramani Sikapadam samadhiyami. Surameraya madhyapamadattana veramani Sikapadam samadhiyami. Karaniyanapta kusalena Yantam santam padam abhisamecha Sako uyocha suyocha Suvachocha samudo anatimani Samtu sakocha suvarocha Apakichocha salahukavoti Santindriyocha nipakocha Apagapo kulesu ananugito Nachakutam samachare Kintiena vinyu pare upavadeyum Sukino vakemino hontu Sattve satta bhavantu sukhitatta Ye kechipana bhutati Tasavata varava anavasesa Tigavaye mahantava Majimarasaka nukatula Dita Vayevatita Ye Chadure Vasanti Avidure Bhutava Sambhave Siva Satte Satta Bhavantu Sukhitatta Naparo Param Nikutpetam Natimanyeta Katta Shinankanchi Vyaro Sana Patiga Sanyam Nanyamanya Sadhu Kangicheya Mahatayatani Puttam Ayusae Kaputang Anurake Evam Pisat Pavutesu Manasam Bhavaye Aparimanam Metam Chasat Palokasmim Manasam Bhavaye Aparimanam Udam Nalochatiriyam Cha Asambadam Haveram Asapattam Titam Charam Nisinova Sayano Vayavatassa Viyatamito Etam Satim Aditeya Brahma etam biharam idamahu Ditim chanupagam asilava Dasanena sampanno Kame suvineya gedam Nagiyatu gapaseyam Punaretiti. This is what should be done by one who is killing goodness and who knows the path of peace. Let them be able and upright, straightforward and gentleness speech, humble and not conceited, content and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties, and frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, not proud and demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety. May all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, or meeting now, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen and the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born, may always be at ease. Let none deceive another, or despise any being, any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another, even as some mother protects with her life her child, her only child. So with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings, radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outward and unbounded, free from hatred and ill will, whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness. One should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding, by not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being free from all sense desires, is not born again into this world. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
The chanting makes our heart calm and quiet, and also open. Let us stay with our hearts. Let's see what our heart feels. How does our heart respond to our practice? Our heart is the first one who asks us to meditate. And our heart is the first one who always encourages us to practice meditation. And our heart is so happy when we continue our practice, especially with others. Let us feel this inner joy within, no matter. Now we can allow our mind to think about others, whomever the mind likes to think. And can we invite them to come to our meditation practice? And can we ask them to meditate, to find their inner joy and inner peace? Whomever comes to our mind, can we invite them to this meditation session and help them to meditate and wish them to find their inner joy and inner happiness? Please come and meditate with us. By meditating, may you be able to find your inner joy and inner happiness as us. Feel the heart again. Feel and experience the impersonal joy. By feeling impersonal joy. Now you may open your eyes.
Good afternoon, friends. My name is Paul. I am happy to moderate the discussion once again for the coming hour and 15 minutes. So if you would like to share something, if you have any question about what has been said today or about your practice in general, you can raise that now, and there are two ways to do it. You can have a look at the bottom of your screen. There is a chat box. If you click on that chat box, you see everyone blue in white letters against a blue background. So you can click on that arrow and then you can scroll down until you find my name. My name is Paul van Hooijdonk, and you can write your question and send it to me, and I will present it to Upul. So that is the first way to ask a question or to share something, what you would like to share. And then the second way is simply by raising your hand, and then I will give you the word and you can ask your question directly. So I will have a look at the chat box now, and I see that there is no question so far. We will wait a little, maybe somebody needs some time to write down a question. Or maybe somebody would like to raise a question directly. So please raise your hand if you would like to do that. Yes, I think I see Marjurado, but I think it's Claudia. So Claudia, please feel free.
Hello, everybody. Upul said in his talk that there's this misconcept that people have the idea that because of life is suffering, meditators are assumed to be upset and very serious and things like that. And as well, meditators have the idea that some meditators have the idea that when they experience emotions like sadness or fear or something like that, that they are going deeper into the meditation. Indeed, it is my experience that on longer retreats or longer meditation sessions, I become more emotional, more emotions come up, a variety. It's not always fear or sadness, but sometimes it is. Sometimes it can as well be joy or lightness or as well positive emotions. I just want to understand, is there though something going wrong in the meditation when more emotions come up the longer we meditate? So do I have to correct something if this happens? Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. So Upul, if it's okay with you, I will briefly summarize. Some people tell me it's helpful when they hear a question twice, briefly. So Claudia's question basically was, sometimes there is a misconception, there is an idea that the deeper we go in meditation, the more emotions of fear and sadness or difficult emotions come up. It is my experience, says Claudia, that when I participate in longer retreats, emotions come up, also positive emotions like joy and lightness. So her question basically is there something going wrong when more emotions come up the longer we meditate? Is that correct, Claudia? Okay, so Upul, I give the word to you.
First, thanks, my dear Paul, for again being moderating our discussion in this of this one-day retreat. And yeah, I'm happy to be with you once again. Dear Claudia, dear Claudia, emotions are part of us. According to the Buddhism, you know that the person means 5 aggregates. There are 5 aggregates. And we say I or you or man or woman or whomever for this collection of 5 aggregates. And one of the aggregates is emotions, mental factors, mental formations. So it is, it's an unrealistic expectation to have a mind without feelings or without emotions. We can expect, but it's not a reasonable expectation. And the second thing is, yeah, of course, we may come to meditation to overcome our emotions, especially overcome our difficult emotions. Maybe that is one of the aims behind our meditation practice. And yeah, by meditating, we can settle down our emotions for a period of time. That's also possible. But if you meditate for longer period of time, then of course, some unexpected emotions may arise, especially emotions which are not related to the present happenings. Whatever we experience in the present moment, and we cannot see any relationship in between the present experiences and those emotions. And that is also possible. Why it happens? With meditation, actually, we are going a circle. We are going for a circle. It is cycling. We are completing one cycle of consciousness, and we go deeper into the second cycle of consciousness. If we meditate further for longer period, we go more and more circles deeply in our consciousness. So consciousness means it's layers, collection of layers. That's why Buddhism says it's an aggregate. Aggregate means it's a collection. And because of many reasons, the consciousness, our consciousness is accumulating emotions. Whatever we experience, whatever we produce, the consciousness, our conditional consciousness is accumulating them. And the consciousness doesn't know what to do, those deposits. What the consciousness can do, it doesn't know. So it only knows to collect them, to accumulate them, to store them. And then it doesn't have any wisdom about how to deal with emotions, how to release them, how to empty the consciousness. It doesn't know. So that's why we have to meditate. By meditating, we introduce awareness to our consciousness. So with awareness, our consciousness can observe our emotions and let go of them. So if we meditate for a while, then of course, first we experience our agitated mind and then it becomes calm. That means it looks like no emotions, very peaceful, no vibrations. But if we meditate further, then we go to the second layer of the circle. Same, again, emotions. And then we had to work with them. After working with them, then of course, again, we are able to reach some kind of tranquility. And if we meditate further, then again we start at this third circle and same. So how long we meditate, that much we are going deeper and deeper and deeper into our consciousness by completing circles one after the other, one after the other. And we can see many roots of emotions. By observing, we can uproot them. So it's an opportunity. It's not something wrong. It's an opportunity, an advantage to have emotions, especially while we are meditating. But we had to make sure about this, that we are just experiencing emotions which are not related to the present. They are past deposits. Therefore, we should not be emotional. We are just experiencing emotions without being emotional. Then nothing is wrong.
Thank you, Upul. So, Claudia, this is what I wrote down. Emotions are part of us. In Buddhism, we speak of the 5 aggregates, and one of these aggregates are the emotions or the mental factors. It is an unrealistic expectation that we can have a mind without emotions. That's one thing. The second thing is, one of the aims behind our meditation practice is that we indeed can settle down our emotions during the practice. But if we meditate for a longer time, then unexpected emotions may arise, especially emotions that are not related to this present moment. So the longer we practice, the more or the deeper we go into our consciousness. Our consciousness exists or consists of layers, and our consciousness accumulates emotions. Consciousness does not know what to do with those emotions. It only collects them. That is why we have to meditate, which basically means that we practice awareness so we can observe our emotions and let them go. When we meditate for a long time, we go to a deeper layer, a second layer of consciousness. And then again, when we observe and we let go our emotions, there is again a state of tranquility. And then we go to a deeper layer, the third circle, or the third layer of consciousness. And again, we observe emotions, we let them go, and then we can go to yet a deeper layer. So the longer we meditate, the deeper we dive into our consciousness by completing the circles. So there is nothing wrong. It's an opportunity. We are experiencing emotions without being emotional, without being identified with our emotions. So Claudia, is that clear? Do you have anything else to say or to add?
Thank you. Just a short add-on, maybe. In the ordinary life, though, when we practice awareness and mindfulness there, and emotions come up for whatever reason, maybe external or internal. But we have to relate with other people. People are around. So I guess it's the same practice. We just experience that there are emotions, and not becoming emotional is, I understand, not acting them out in sense of language or behavior, I assume. But we just observe them as well, because yeah, in the ordinary life we as well have to deal with the emotions, and I assume that's the way to do it then, as well, not to identify and not becoming emotional. I understand means not to act accordingly, but I might still cry, for example, because the body, well, this is how the body is expressing it, but I still don't act in my speech accordingly. Just, I want to clarify this understanding. Thank you.
Okay, Upul, this is a clarifying question. So in ordinary life, Claudia says emotions come up. For example, when we have to relate to other people, and when we just observe the emotions, when we do not become emotional, still I experience sadness, or I have to cry. And so Claudia would like to have some clarification about that.
Well, dear Claudia and dear friends, whether we allow our emotions to come, whether we allow our emotions to come or not, they come. They don't need our permission to come. And it doesn't matter whether we are in our normal life or spiritual life. It doesn't matter. Actually, no difference. We have to be aware. We have to be aware. And we should not allow our emotions to control us. We have to make sure about it. We should not allow whatever emotion to control us. That means to lead us, to command us what we have to do and what we should not do. They can suggest, emotions can suggest, oh, you have to say this, you have to do this, but they are only suggestions if we are aware, if we are mindful. But if we are not aware and if we are unmindful, then these things are not just suggestions, they are commands. That means we cannot say no. No, I am sorry, I can't do. We are not able to say no if we are not aware. But if we are aware, then of course we have certain distance to say no. We have our own space, own room. Therefore, we can decide what we have to do. Whenever we create space, then automatically we have time. Space and time. So we cannot create time. We can create space. Sorry. But creating space, time comes by itself. Then we can use that time to reflect on what we had to do. I think that's enough.
Thank you very much, Upul. During your first answer, you sounded very clear, and during your Dhamma talk as well, and now it's a little less. So maybe you did something different with your microphone. I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea to adapt that. Did you understand what I said? So, Claudia, I will summarize Upul's answer to your second question. Whether we allow our emotions to come or not, they come anyway. And there is no difference between our spiritual and our ordinary life. We should not allow our emotions to control us. Emotions can suggest, they are suggestions when we are mindful. When we are not mindful, they are commands. We are completely dominated by them. So when there is awareness, there is a certain distance, and we have space and time. And when we have time, we can reflect, okay, these emotions are there. Now, what is the best way to act? So, is that clear?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I see that there are a couple of questions in the chat box too. A question by our good long-term friend, Venerable Dhammadippa. How can we see or measure progress in our practice? So, Upul, how can we see or measure progress in our practice?
The question, I didn't hear well because of the rain here. It's so loud.
Okay, shall I repeat the question?
Is the question is how to measure our progress of meditation?
Exactly.
Is that the question? Okay.
Yes.
How to measure?
Yes.
Well, first we had to reflect on our intention. What was our intention behind our meditation? Why we are meditating? Why do we want to meditate? What was the first reason which brought us into the path? So we had to contemplate on that, where we were before the meditation. And what was the problem that we want to solve? Or what was the answer that we want to discover? And after making sure about it, then we can see where we are now. Do we find an answer? Do we be able to solve the problem? Or are we in the process of solving this problem or understanding? So we had to compare our present and our past. We should not compare ourselves with other meditators, other practitioners. That is dangerous. But of course, we had to compare our past and our present, where we were and where we are now.
Okay, thank you, Upul. So, Venerable Dhammadippa, we have to reflect on our intention. Upul said, why do we meditate? And how did we come to meditation? Maybe there was a difficulty that we had. Maybe there was a question that we had. So where were we before we started our practice, and where are we now? Did we find our answer? Is our difficulty solved, or do we have more clarity? So we have to compare our present and our past. It's not a good idea to compare ourselves with other meditators. That is dangerous, Upul said, but it is a good idea to see where we are now and where we were before our practice. Is there anything you would like to add or say or ask? No. Okay, thank you very much. A question by Christian and Miriam. It's a pretty long question. It seems that since we appeared on this planet, the craving for sensual pleasures and the concept that this will bring eternal happiness, bliss, and ecstasy, in Pali, Sukha and Piti, is so deeply ingrained in us that we believe this as reality. Did the Buddha talk about this? Why this is so? So I'll repeat the question. It seems that since we appeared on this planet, the craving for sensual pleasures and the idea that this will bring eternal happiness, bliss, and ecstasy is so deeply ingrained in us that we believe this as a reality. Did the Buddha talk about this, why this is so? So why is it that this idea that we have, that satisfying sensual pleasures will bring us eternal happiness, bliss, and ecstasy? Why do we have that idea? Why is it so deeply ingrained in us? Upul, we are listening to you.
Well, yeah, the question is, I'm repeating the question because we are having some meditators here and they couldn't hear what this phone or what you are saying because of the rain. So therefore, I am repeating the question. Wow, it's a long question. The question is that, yeah, we came to this planet. We came to this planet to experience sensual pleasures. And we think that sensual pleasure gives us an eternal happiness. And we believe this. Therefore, it seems like a reality now. So why it is so deep? Why it is so strong? What the Buddha said about it? Is that the question?
Exactly.
Oh, thanks. Well, yeah, we came to this planet. We came to this earth. The earth doesn't come to us. The earth did not come to us. We came to this earth. We came to this planet. So why we came to this planet? Why? Simply there are two reasons. Maybe more reasons, but all the reasons can concentrate onto these two main categories. The first category is to enjoy sensual pleasures. So this planet is like a supermarket, like a carnival. Everything is here. All the beautiful forms, colors, shapes, all the beautiful melodical sounds and musics, many different varieties of taste and foods, aroma and sensations. So it's It's a full of sensual pleasures. Maybe there are different planets, different worlds in this universe. Maybe no sensual pleasures, different experiences. But here, in this planet, it's a collection of sensual pleasures, full of sensual pleasures. So if anybody comes to this world, this is the first reason. Like if anybody goes to a carnival, for what? To entertain on senses, to entertain through our senses. So that's the main reason. So this planet is like a magnet. It is like a magnet. And people or beings who are having this craving, who are craving for sensual pleasures, they attract to this planet. This planet is attracting them, inviting them, not only inviting, it's attracting to this planet to here. On one hand, this planet is a magnet, and on the other hand, we are having this craving, greedy mind for sensual pleasures. So therefore, we came here. We come here. Therefore, the Buddha said, this world, the Buddha, how the Buddha defined this world, this planet, is one of the Kama Loka. Loka means a world, Loka. Kama means sensual pleasures. The world which has sensual pleasures. So one of the worlds, not the only world. This planet is not the only world, but one of the worlds which has sensual pleasures. That means a magnet. So this is the main reason for we are being here. We came here. And of course, when we come here, it's like a carnival. If you have money, we can do everything. We can buy ice creams, we can eat pizza, we can see movies, we can dance, we can sing, but only if we have money. If we do not have money, then of course we cannot enjoy, even though we are in a carnival. So we need some merits to enjoy it. And therefore, we think this is a reality. What is the reality? We can make ourselves happy just by entertaining our senses. The ordinary mind doesn't know any other way to reach the happiness. The ordinary mind always depends on external pleasures. The ordinary mind thinks its own happiness is there, not here, it's there. So it's a reality for this ordinary mind. It's a reality. It's not a reality for the awareness, for the wisdom, but for this ordinary mind, for this blind mind, it's a reality. And there is another reason for behind our being here, our existence here. The next reason is to practice awareness, to understand ourselves, to detach from sensual desires, to to cultivate equanimity. So this is the best place for that as well. We can discover medicine if sicknesses are existing. If no sickness, then no way to discover any medicine, no way to find any medicine. So therefore, this is one of the best planets to find or to discover the spiritual path. So this is the second reason which is behind our journey. So either one of these reasons, now we are here. And now majority may forget about the second reason. We came here to cultivate ourselves, to cultivate our mind, to cultivate the awareness, to understand, to detach. They may forget. Once we are in a carnival, we completely forget about ourselves. It's an illusion. So therefore, we better to remind ourselves again and again why we are here. It's an illusion. Sensual pleasures are there, of course. No one can say no sensual pleasure. No, sensual pleasures are there. And it gives us some happiness. That's also true. But we can't keep that happiness as long as we wish. We cannot hold them. And also, we cannot keep that feeling just as the happiness from beginning to the end. It is changing, transforming into the unhappiness, which we don't like. So therefore, we better to remind ourselves that we are here not only for indulging our senses, but to cultivate ourselves, to transform ourselves, for not to return to this carnival again.
Okay, Christian and Miriam, this was a long answer. I will try to summarize it briefly. Why did we come to this planet? Basically, there are two reasons. One is to enjoy sensual pleasures. This planet is like a supermarket. We see beautiful forms, beautiful shapes. We enjoy wonderful tastes, colors, aromas. Maybe there are different planets without sensual pleasures, but this planet is full of sensual pleasures. It is like going to a carnival. We entertain our senses. People who are craving for sensual pleasures are attracted to this carnival, to this planet. This planet is like a magnet for them. We have a greedy mind for sensual pleasures. The Buddha called it, if I understood this well, karma loka, the world of sensual pleasures. And this is the main reason why we come here. When we have money, we can buy ice cream, pizza, we can go to the movie, we can dance. But we need money, we need some merits to enjoy sensual pleasures. And we think this is reality. We can be happy by entertaining the senses. This is what the ordinary mind thinks. Happiness is there outside. This is reality for the ordinary mind. Happiness comes with enjoying our senses. And then there is a different reason, a second reason behind our existence here. And that is to practice awareness, to understand ourselves, to detach from sensual desires. So this planet is a good place to discover the spiritual path also. And this is the reason why we are here gathered today on this meditation hall, on this meditation day. The majority of the people may forget about the second reason. The majority of the people only wants to enjoy sensual pleasures. So it is good to remind ourselves regularly that sensual pleasures give us temporary happiness. A kind of happiness that is changing into unhappiness. It is good to remind ourselves regularly that we are here for the second reason, to cultivate ourselves, to transform ourselves, for not returning to this carnival. So, Christian, is there anything you would like to say or add or ask?
Paul, your mic is off.
Thank you, Claudia. So, okay, this Christian writes more than enough thanks, Upul. Thank you, Christian, for your interesting question. Okay, I have a look first if there is no question in the chat box. Nobody is raising his or her hand, so maybe I would like to go a little deeper into this. I found this a real interesting question and answer also. So Upul, would you mind going a little deeper, or maybe that's, I don't know if you like to do that, but it's something that came into my mind when I was listening to your answer. Would you like to go a little deeper into the concept of rebirth, of being reborn into this world? So if I interpreted that right, that is exactly when we consider ourselves to be here for the first reason, for enjoying sensual pleasures. So when we are craving for sensual pleasures, we are attracted by this world that offers this supermarket of tastes and shapes, and that is, I guess, the main reason why we are attracted to come back to this world over and over and over again, until we realize that that is not what life is truly about. And then we move from the first to the second reason of why we are here. Is that correct, Upul?
Well, yeah. Can you hear? Can you hear, please?
Well, we can
Yes.
hear you, but not very loud. Is it possible to raise the volume of your device or something?
Microphone.
This is better. This is better.
Well, yeah. Yes. So therefore, we cannot hear properly.
You want me to
Anyhow,
repeat the question?
No, I think I heard your question. So Yeah, your question is that about the reincarnation. So we come here, or we came here because of whatever reason we came here, but now we are lost. Majority is lost. They don't know why we are here, why they are here. Most of humans are being lost. They are being lost in the carnival because endless stalls, endless stalls and events, one after the other, one after the other, and one after the other. And each event gives them a small amount of, gives them a small amount of happiness, only a small amount. And that's not enough. That is not enough because the mind is expecting more. The craving is demanding more, requesting more. The craving has a bigger ball, the bigger basket, a larger container. But the sensual pleasures are giving only a small amount of pleasure, only a small amount of happiness. Therefore, the craving is not satisfied. So no satisfactoriness. Only contentment is one thing, the satisfactoriness is one thing, and the sensual pleasure is another thing. The world is capable to give us some amount of pleasures, but not the satisfactoriness. That's not possible. Therefore, after enjoying whatever sensual pleasure, the craving says, this is not enough. I need more. I need new things. And new things are here. And after experiencing new things, again, the greediness or the craving is not fully satisfied. It is happier, but not fully satisfied. And it says, not enough. I need more. I need more. So this is the way how majority is living from birth to the death. And even while they are dying, the mind says, not enough. I need more. I need more. I need more this and I need more that. So the death is not a real death. It's a circle. So it the death makes the person who is dying, the death turns that person 180 degrees backwards. So again coming back, because of this dissatisfactoriness. So for how many times? There is no limit. There is no end. If we are being a victim of our own dissatisfactoriness. So that's why we had to work with it. We cannot fulfill our desires. That is not possible. The Buddhism says desire is like an ocean, like the great ocean. What does it mean? All the rivers bring water only to the great ocean from the beginning of this world up to now. No river brings water to anywhere else, only to the great ocean. How many liters, how many metric tons of water? But the great ocean is still requesting more water. I need more water, more water. I am not full. It is not enough. So desire is like that. The other metaphor is that the desire, so greedy mind is like
Okay, I think Upul has fallen away because of the rain in Nilande. So maybe I can use this time to briefly summarize what Upul said. He asked, why did we come here? Why are we here? We are lost in the carnival. There's an endless chain of events, and each event gives us a small amount of happiness, but it is not enough. The mind wants more. The mind is never satisfied. Sensual pleasures give only a small amount of happiness, no lasting satisfaction. The world cannot give it. And craving says, I need more, I need more, I need more sensual experiences in order to feel fulfilled. It's not enough. And this is the way the majority of the people is living. The mind says, I need more of this, I need more of that, even on our deathbed, even when we are dying. So death is not a real death. And that is why we come back. There's a coming back again and again and again, because our dissatisfaction, there is no end to it if we are the victim of our dissatisfaction. So that is basically what I wrote down. I'll see if Upul is back. I don't think so.
He's back. He is, but I don't know if he can already speak.
Ah, yeah, I see that he's back. Okay. So, Upul, can you hear us? There is no connection at the, yeah, there is connection, but your microphone is switched off. Yes, he's there. Yeah, okay. Okay, Upul, I briefly summarized what you answered.
Thanks, Paul. I'm sorry, I was being disconnected.
Yes, you were. But it's okay. I think I summarized your answer. Did you want to add anything? You were talking about the ocean that wants more and more water.
Yeah, it is expecting more and more water, but it is never satisfied. So like the fire is same. How much fuel you supply to the fire, that much it is burning. No fire says it's enough. Now I am tired, I am fed up. No more firewood, please. No fire says like that. So desires are same, the greediness is same.
Thank you. Very clear. Very clear answer. So the last thing you said was the ocean is never satisfied. You can compare it with fire also. The fire never has enough. It's greedy. It wants more and more and more. So desires or greed are the same. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for answering my question.
You're welcome.
I see if there is a question in the question box. At the moment, there is not. I think we have time for one more question. So maybe somebody would like to raise that live. Please go ahead. Yes, Claudia, please go ahead.
As the beings are deluded with this craving, and they are completely not aware. I would like to know about this idea of the Bodhisattva concept. In the Mahayana Buddhism, there is the idea that the Bodhisattva tries to help all the beings. And yeah, as I'm at the moment practicing with Mahayana Buddhists, I'm just in touch with this. And I'd like to know, well, does this concept make any sense to wish to help all beings to come out of the circle of rebirth, as in a way they're endless beings, and where they are, if they are blinded, you cannot force anybody, or in a way each being has to make their own decision to come out of the circle, to develop awareness and mindfulness. If they don't come to this point, there's no way to help them, in a way. So I just like to hear Upul's thoughts about this idea of the Bodhisattva in the Mahayana tradition.
Okay, Upul, the Bodhisattva tries to help all beings to end the circle of rebirth. And can you please say or talk a little about, does that make any sense? Basically, that's a question.
Well, yeah, it's a short question, but it needs a long answer. The question is, according to the Mahayana Buddhism or Vajrayana Buddhism, that concept of Bodhisattva who comes to this world to help to others to get rid of this trap of the world or trap of the desires. So that's the idea of Mahayana Buddhism or Vajrayana Buddhism about Bodhisattva. Well, that means, they postpone their enlightenment. Bodhisattva means who postpone their freedom, their enlightenment, because of serving to others, because of helping others to overcome others' suffering. So that is the interpretation or definition for Bodhisattva in Mahayana and Vajrayana traditions. Well, it's a very attractive idea. Looks like selflessness. They prefer to suffer. They prefer to come to this world to suffer in order to support others or guide others to overcome their suffering. And one of the vows of Bodhisattva is that they are not attaining to the final liberation until the last being of this universe is going beyond the desires or making themselves totally free. So that is one of the main vows of Bodhisattva in Mahayana and Vajrayana traditions, that they postpone, they promise themselves that they are not stopping their circles of life. They come back again and again into this world to suffer. They are suffering by coming back again and again until the last being of this universe until the last being enlightenment. It's a very beautiful idea. Looks like very full of compassion and selflessness. Only very few can do. Looks like that. Well, according to my understanding, is that the concept of Bodhisattva comes later. The first, in the beginning, everybody should practice meditation and overcome their suffering and get rid of all kinds of defilements in this very life. Should not postpone. And then later on, there are a lot of issues and conflicts and competitions with other religions and other traditions. And it is not easy to commit themselves for full time, for practice meditation full time. You need a lot of determination for that. And therefore, some people, some followers create this concept of Bodhisattva This is my opinion. So they can postpone their practice. And they say that they postpone their practice not because of any other reason, not because of any personal reasons, but because of helping others. But to the very basic teachings of the Buddha, this is something not right. If you want to help others, first you had to help yourself. First, you had to cure yourself if you want to cure others. So this is very direct and straight statement given by the Buddha. So because of that, I have to say this, that even though that concept of the Bodhisattva is very beautiful and attractive, but it is not displaying the pure message of the Buddha.
Thank you, Upul. Very clear. So I can summarize what you said in 2 sentences. If we want to help others, we have to help ourselves first. If you want to cure others, we have to cure ourselves first. That's basically what you said. Thank you very much. Very clear. I see that we still have 2 minutes before 5. So before I give the word to you to come to a final conclusion of this meditation day, I would like to briefly mention that those people who would like to make a donation, they are welcome to do so. You can do that not by using the same account as we have been using before, Mar's account in Spain, but we are using Claudia's account in Germany now, and you can find that account number on the invitation letter. So thank you very much. As you know, the Buddha's teachings are given without charging a fixed amount of money. Of course, Nilambe has to survive, especially in these difficult times. So thank you very much for your support. And I give the final word to Upul to conclude this meditation day.
Thanks, dear Paul. Well, I hope we had a nice day, a nice practice, nice sharings, a lot of information and materials. Now we are having to work with also as tools, instruments for our journey. The joy is not anywhere else. It's a skill to make ourselves happy, and it's an unskillful thing to make ourselves unhappy. Whenever we are unhappy, please let us reflect on that to discover or to find out what is the reason behind it. What was the unskillful action made us unhappy? So that's the homework for all of us. And my dear friends, thank you very much for participating to this one-day retreat again. And thanks, dear Ma, who is not here at the moment, who is in another ashram for some self-retreat practice. Thank you for arranging and organizing everything to make this retreat you, dear Mark. And dear Claudia, thanks for being a host for today's program. And thank you very much, dear Veronica, for teaching mindfulness in motion and also leading the chanting. And my dear Paul, lot of merits for your meritorious support for this discussion. You make it simple and very clear. My dear friends, we are not alone. The path is not empty. Let's see how long can we walk together. With this intention and wish, let's say goodbye to each other. Have a nice day. Thank you.